Welcome, ladies and gents. Elizabeth Banks will be leading a voice cast on the Flintstones animated series Bedrock. This is going to be over at Fox. I'm surprised. I am actually surprised. FYI, Elizabeth Banks isn't playing anyone special. She's playing Pebbles, of all people. But I'm more surprised because this is seemingly Fox getting in on the animated action with Velma. You know, obviously Velma came out for HBO. That was a huge bomb. An epic bomb. And then Fox is like, hold my beer. We're going to get renowned feminist Elizabeth Banks to play Pebbles. Like, why? Absolute nonsense. Absolute nonsense. So this is surprising. Just because, again, it's one of those things that they come out with this and you go, who asked for this? Now, this may be aimed at children. We don't really know that much about it, to be honest. I mean, it being over at Fox, I'm in two minds about whether it will be for children or not. Because I can't think any adult is crying out for Flintstones. And don't get me wrong, I like Flintstones. They're good fun. I used to really like them. Flintstones, Top Cat, all those kind of things. Really, enjoyable. Very, very enjoyable. Big up Top Cat. But who's asking for Bedrock? Seriously, who's asking for this? And this has been so long since we've had any sort of Flintstones thing. Now, interestingly, Fox is, they've greenlit this, basically, the Flintstones spin-off Bedrock. But the interesting thing is that, again, renowned feminist Elizabeth Banks is actually going to be executive producing the project. So there is some negativity there, in fairness, because I don't know. I liked her most recent film Cocaine Bear. I thought that was dumb fun. She didn't write it, she just directed it, but I liked it. I had a good time with it. But she's executive producer here, and she's been shepherding the project, so as executive producer, so she's clearly involved on some creative level, because otherwise you wouldn't even include it really in terms of she's been shepherding it. But she'll also, she's leading the voice cast of the series, starring as Pebbles, the adult daughter of Fred and Wilma. So it's grown-up Pebbles. So you can kind of see where this is going. Obviously, this is my preconceived notions of where it's going to go. But we have a wealth of series to sort of judge with that. In fairness, it's not exactly like we don't have a multitude of series where they're like, oh, it's an adult, and now they don't really like their parents anymore, and they're being a bumhole. Like it's ridiculous. So anyway, the project has scored a pilot presentation 2 years after it emerged that it was first in the works at Fox. That's a really long time. This kind of animation shouldn't take that long. That's really long. The cast also includes Stephen Root as Fred, Amy Sedaris as Wilma, Nicole Byer as Betty, Joe Lo Trulio as Barney, and Manny Jacinto as Bam Bam. And presumably this is going to be an adult Bam Bam as well. So, yeah, I guess. I just don't like the fact that they're adult. You're looking to continue it for a new audience, I'm guessing. So the primetime adult comedy series continuing the story of the Stone Age family, Bedrock, catches up with the Flintstone family 2 decades later, so early 20s. Fred is on the brink of retirement. What? And 20-something Pebbles embarking on her own career. As the Stone Age gives way to a shiny and enlightened new Bronze Age, the residents of Bedrock will find this evolution harder than a swing from Bam Bam. I mean, look, just as an FYI, Warner Brothers Animation are involved in this. So, expect more garb. I just genuinely expect more trash in the vein of Wilma. Because if Warner Brothers Animation are helping as well, yeah, I can't imagine it's going to be particularly great. So, alongside Banks, Max Handelman executive produces via Brownstone Productions. And its overall deal with Warner Brothers Television Group. And so again, Warner Brothers are heavily involved. And Sam Register. Lindsay Kearns will write and co-executive produce. Lon Zimmett writes and executive producers. So those are the individuals involved. I mean, yeah, they say down here, Bedrock marks the latest animated project for Fox, which renewed Krapopolis for a third season before it was even premiered. The Simpsons, Family Guy, and Bob's Burgers were also recently renewed in the networks as Housebroken, and John Hamm voiced Grimsburg, sorry. Now, in terms of the writer, I believe it's this individual here. So, writer... Well, I'm guessing it's this person. There's a few people listed under this name. They've not really done anything particularly great. I mean, Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous, Cleopatra in Space, Betch. Not really done anything. I don't think. I mean, these are all heavy children's stuff. DC Superheroes. Madagascar. Not the best. Again, I'm guessing, because there's quite a few people. So I'm guessing that is that individual. But it is a bit difficult to tell, really. But like, I guess, maybe. And they just haven't updated a IMDb. I mean, producer. I haven't done anything producing-wise. This doesn't look particularly great. Doesn't sound particularly great. Elizabeth Banks, an adult Pebbles. Yeah. I mean, it's not for me. This doesn't look like it's going to be for me. But I hand it over to you. What do you guys think? And the real downside here is that you've got Warner Brothers Animation behind it as well. I mean, they're not the best. Warner Brothers Animation are not that great. And obviously they're involved in Velma to a degree. Warner Brothers are involved in this. They approve of Velma. So, yeah, not the best. I'm not going to lie. I think this sounds absolute garbage. And just, again, who asked for this? Adult Pebbles and Bam Bam. Like, I understand the world moves on and things, but I'm just looking at this like, going, what, who's going to want to watch this? Like, kids today, are they going to want to watch this? And you can already predict kind of what's going to happen, so whatever. Let me know what you think down below. This sounds poop, but cheers, guys. Take care.